new faculty and staff, and welcome to Divine University. My name is Dr. Rachel Phillips, and I am the provost of Divine University. I am so glad to have you here today in this workshop. This workshop is on the difference between academic freedom and intellectual freedom. If you have any questions while I am giving my presentation, feel free to ask. And at the end of my presentation, if you want to ask more questions, feel free to ask me, and I can give you a list of the resources that I have that I did my presentation with. Now, to get this workshop started, let me first give you a definition of academic freedom according to the dictionary on Google. Okay. Academic freedom is the scholar's freedom to express ideas without risk of official interference or professional disadvantage. We cannot protect academic freedom by denying others the right to an opposing view. So that means if you don't agree with something somebody says in a classroom or among academia, you have a right to state that you don't. So that's an example of academic freedom. So furthermore, I'd like to go on to say that there are some more definitions of academic freedom that goes more in depth. And according to an article by Carrie Nelson titled Defining Academic Freedom, she gives you a few views on academic freedom. And she said academic freedom means that both family members and students can engage in intelligent debate without fear of censorship or retaliation. And also, academic freedom establishes a faculty member's right to remain true to his or her pedagogical, philosophical, and intellectual comments. It preserves the intellectual integrity of our educational system and thus serves the public good. And furthermore, it goes on to say academic freedom in teaching means that both faculty members and students can make comparisons and contrasts between subjects taught in a course and in the field of human knowledge or period of history. Academic freedom gives both students and faculty the right to express their views in speech, writing, and through electronic communication both on and off campus without fear of sanction unless the manner of expression substantially impacts the rights of others, or in the case of faculty, those views demonstrate what they are professionally ignorant, incompetent, or dishonest with regard to their discipline and fields of expertise. So long as it don't impair the rights of others, in the case of faculty, and those views demonstrate that they are professionally ignorant and incompetent, uh, then you can't do those because that's really not academic freedom. It just shows that you are incompetent. And so, furthermore, I would like to go on and say, according to an article by Nicholas Eastman and Dean Vaughn entitled "In Defense of Academic Freedom and Faculty," uh, I like, but it's talking about their 100th anniversary, and it said in this at this time frame, it's talking about their 100th anniversary and of the AAUP, and it said on the verge of the 100th anniversary of the founding of the American Association, university professors, we examined their organization focus on academic freedom, shared governance, and the challenges of the AAUP first during its early years. And so this organization definitely focuses on academic freedom. The creation of the AAUP is a seminal event in the history of academic freedom because it marked the first time professors from across the United States came together to create a lasting institutional body dedicated to preserving the integrity of scholarship, teaching, and learning in higher education against internal and external pressures, and sought to define for themselves what was acceptable academic speech. And then another article, according to Joel Larson, entitled Academic Freedom and Freedom, states that academic freedom in the United States is a reminder of blindness and short sightedness. So many crucial inventions have been discovered by accident and not by design, or by turning on apparently failed or useless research project to another direction, such as Viagra, penicillin, radium, and radar, all examples worth considering. And I like to go on and state some more on Laura's article. And when he talks about more than his reading, he says that academic freedom is the symbol of the professor's vocational mission, the search for truth. It represents the deepest human values of the professor's work and sanctions his claims for culture and social authority. Now let's talk about intellectual freedom. Now, intellectual freedom uh, is, according to Google, solved with the First Amendment of the Bill of Rights of the United States Constitution. And it states Congress shall make no law respecting the establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof or abridging the freedom of speech or of the press or the right of the people peacefully to assemble and to petition the government for redress of grievances. So the First Amendment that is the core of intellectual freedom. And also, according to an article by Peter Wood entitled The Architecture of Intellectual Freedom, a statement of the National Association of Scholars states intellectual freedom is one of the fundamental principles of higher education. Colleges and universities exist to further the pursuit of knowledge through teaching and truths and discover new ones. Both tasks depend crucially on freedom, or more exactly, on a combination of freedom. The freedom to ask, question, the freedom to challenge assumptions and doctrine, the freedom to criticize, the freedom to speculate, the freedom to reassemble the evidence and to re-examine the evidence, to search for new evidence, and the freedom to express what was has been found. The freedom to hear others who speak or seek to speak what they have found, and the freedom to engage in dialogue with informed peers, the freedom to read and consider the ideals and views of other people who lived before one's own time, the freedom to teach what one has by diligently effort, learn, and even the freedom to refrain from speaking. So even sometimes to be quiet is intellectual freedom. So, and therefore, I can go on to say some more about intellectual freedom. According to an article by Shannon Ottman entitled Intellectual Freedom and in Academic Libraries Surveying Deans about its significance, its intellectual freedom is defined by the American Library Association. And intellectual freedom is the right of every individual to both seek and receive information from all points of view without restriction. It provides for free access to all expression of ideas to which any and all sides of a question, cause, or movement may be explored. Compared to public and school libraries, less is known about intellectual freedom in academic libraries. And I'll go on to say, according to an article, what is uh, intellectual freedom? States that intellectual freedom is the right of every individual to both seek and receive information from all points of view without restriction. It provides for free access to all expression of ideas through which any and all sides of a question, cause, or movement may be explored. And this was found in the Florida Media Quarterly. And then also, an article according to B. Stevens entitled Intellectual Freedom and Academic Freedom. It states that Kerry was clear that intellectual freedom, despite its conceptual benefits, would not provide the protection of academic freedom. So I gave you some differences between academic freedom and intellectual freedom, and they sound about the same. But according to brain mass, the difference between uh, academic freedom or intellectual freedom is the differences is these two forms are of freedom, intellectual and academic freedom, is that intellectual freedom is extended to all citizens according to the American Library Association under the Constitution, First Amendment, while academic freedom applies to professors, students, and teachers. Thank you. I hope you got something out of this workshop. If not, please come to me after I dismiss and feel free to talk more about it. Thank you and have a great day.